What's up, Dragon? Ooh, that sounded like I was like 12. Let's try that again. What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be playing some Mardu Midrange, and I think y'all are going to really enjoy this one. And mostly because we're getting to play with a couple of cards we don't play that often with, but this one, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, this is one I think, especially after the set championships that happened last weekend, this showed up in a few lists, and now everybody's trying to cram it into every list. So this list actually has enough cool things I think you can use it with that makes it worth it. So hopefully we get a big payoff once we get the Kiki token on the other side. But I think I'll let y'all be the judge of that, but I think you're going to enjoy this one if you're into any type of Mardu stuff. So let's go take a look at this deck list, because it's going to be a fun ride. Now, as always, you know I got to ask you, if you're going to get some supplies, check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. And while you're shopping at Ultra Pro, be sure to use promo code PowrDragn because you'll save 5% and they'll give me a little bit of a kickback. So everybody wins in that exchange. Now let's hop into this deck list. We've got 4 Blood Chief's Thirst right off the rip. And honestly, this is very, very important. I think it's one of these things that it's a card we tried to get away from for a while. But I think it's back to where we need it, right? When you're talking about playing against mono white aggro, talking about dealing with the pretty much everything in the runes deck, right? Like, this is really good there. It does a lot of work in a lot of different matchups. And it's also not dead against the slower control matches because this is still good for killing planeswalkers. So I really like what this card brings to the table for this list. And it gives us a situation where we don't have to have as much pressure early. We can kind of lean on that card a little bit. Now we have Professor of Symbology does let us go get some lands or other things. We're not playing a crazy amount of lessons, but we're playing a few of them, and you'll explain why here in a second. Acquisitions Expert. This card's actually really good. The other thing, both of these cards are actually worth copying, so that's a cool thing, right? But also with Professor of Symbology being a cleric, this means sometimes you do get to look at 2 cards, and that's actually pretty good too. And this is another card that, while not very powerful, is actually useful in multiple matchups. Valky, Gotta Lies. I will say this, usually when I have Valky in a list, I'm kind of okay playing Valky and then just save up for Tybalt. But more often than not, I think this list actually wants Tybalt. So if times are hard and you just got to use a Valky, then go for it. Occasionally, maybe you get something awesome you can turn Valky into, and that's great. But generally, I think we're going to want to save up and try to cast Tybalt. 4 Vanishing Verse, because again, this card's good. It exiles stuff, which is fantastic. Now, if you're playing against the Runes deck, unfortunately, the best card for them a lot of times is the Jukai Naturalist, which happens to be white and green. So you can't kill it with this, but you do get to kill everything else, and that's actually pretty good. We're talking about Hallowed Haunting, the Kami, a couple other cards that they play. They're actually very good. This lets you get rid of all those. But you're going to see here, we do pack a lot of removal in this deck, because we got Brutal Cathar. And this is really good for getting rid of stuff in creature fights. Elite Spellbinder. This slows the opponent down. And especially if you're worried about getting rid of a sweeper, maybe you're worried about getting rid of a Blood on the Snow, or, I don't know, maybe even a Farewell, this is going to buy you the time you need. Skyclave Apparition, also another great card. By the way, these are all cards that are great with copying with the little Mirror Breaker token. But this is really, really great because, again, we can get rid of all types of stuff, and we're just giving them a token back, so we're not even giving them the creature that they had. Now, again, we're talking about the Reflection of the Kiki. This is the card we want. It's 1, tap it, create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature. We don't really have any legendary creatures, so that's fine. And then it gains haste. You sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So what that means is there are times you can actually copy the Apparition. End of turn, they get like a 2/2 back. But you got rid of the problematic thing, right? Spellbinder, if you want to just slow down all their spells, they're playing a slower deck, you can do that. And these things gain haste, so you actually get to attack with them as well, which is pretty sweet. Legion Angel. This is why we don't have a ton of stuff a ton of room in the sideboard. We're putting 3 other ones there, and this is always a judgment call, but I'm actually okay with it here because when I went through with the amount of removal and things we have, we don't really need a lot of things in our lesson board. But this is actually really powerful for letting us come over the top and also giving us the opportunity to survive sweepers, meat hooks, whatever, that type of stuff. Then we roll into our Planeswalkers with the Wandering Emperor. We're playing 2 of these. If you haven't played against this card or played it yet, you're missing out. Play it. The card's good. I mean, that's literally it. The card's good. Everything it does. And it has Flash, which is awesome. Sorin the Mirthless. this just gets us a little bit of life and lets us draw cards, so we like that. Loth, the Spider Queen, of course, there's a billion reasons to like this card. Nothing to complain about there either. Lands, we've got 1 Iganjo, 1 Plains, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 1 Swamp, 1 Takenuma, 4 Bright Climb Pathway, 3 Shattered Sanctum, 3 Blightstep Pathway, 2 Haunted Ridge, 3 Needle Verge Pathway, and 3 Sundown Pass. Like all 3 color lists, we're kind of all over the place, playing some 2s and 3s and 1s just to make everything fit. But I think it's going to work out pretty well. As always, I ask, so seriously, if you can, watch as much of the video as you can, because the more of the video you watch, it brings up the watch time, and that makes them recommend stuff more often so we can get our videos in front of more people. But at the very least, hop into the video because we'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, what matchups were tough, that type of stuff, and then we'll have a card spotlight for you as usual. So see you on the other side. Alright, we're definitely keeping this. There's no reason to throw this back at all. Matter of fact, we put this in tapped, and we'll probably just play the Iganjo so we can cast the Professor. And then that sort of unlocks everything at this point. I don't even know what I go get. I guess I just go get this. I mean, when you see blue, it's probably blue-black or blue-red, so it could be nearly anything. So you don't really want to worry about stuff too much. Let's go and attack. Or do you want to bounce my Professor? I would not be upset about that. Nope, they're letting it through. I'm going to go ahead and play this in case there's some type of counter. I mean, they could, like, negate it or whatever, but that's fine. I just wanted to make sure we could get to double white, or at least increase the odds. Didn't want it to get, like, syncopated or... Oh, okay. This is more of a mono blue tempo type thing here. So I'm assuming they just have a bunch of flash things and counter spells. Not a huge deal. We'll have to slowly work our way around that. Let's go ahead and attack. Yeah, okay, sure. Question is, do we want to just kill that and then just play another Professor? I think we will. I mean, I thought about playing Sorin, but then I'd minus, and if they bounced the token, we wouldn't have been in great shape. So, this is fine. That does a point of damage. Like, it's not really the way we plan to use our cards, but you know, it works on this day. What you got for us, opponent? We do have to be a little careful because, like, if we remove Spectral Adversary with, say, a Brutal Cathar, like, you get this situation where if they do have something like a Fading Hope, they could spend the mana to then, like, phase stuff out or whatever. So it gets a little weird. Gotta be a little careful about that. How do we want to spend our mana here? Yeah, guess we start here. Oh, they don't actually have a counter. Well, now we know some things. Now the secret's out. Okay. Well, at least they don't have 1 mana counters. We know that much. They could have others, but they don't have 1 mana counters. But that's still a big deal to know. They're still attacking here kind of indiscriminately, not caring. Now, they could bounce our... I was going to say bounce our Apparition and then get a 3/3 back, so that's something. We'd end up losing a creature, but then we get to reuse our Apparition, so I don't think we really care. It's kind of just one of those things you let happen. Alright. Opponent's down to 3 cards. Let's see if they use something here. I'm going to assume they're going to. No? Okay. I mean, one of those has to be a counter, right? Alright, we'll go with this, I guess. I mean, because I assume they're going to try to put the draw a card thing on their Deuter, is what their next turn is. Okay, adversary. Okay, so they didn't want us to take the adversary out of their hand, I suppose. What was going on here? Thirst for Discovery or the Storm Chaser Drake. They could actually play the Drake and then play the other thing and get a free card. They can play either of these, so we probably just don't want them to have more cards. I think is the issue here. I mean, if they have a 2 toughness thing, we don't really care. We'll just keep attacking with the apparition and such. If we can get a land, we can play 2 spells because, except for now where they're actually going to try to play something on the Drake, we kind of know the opponent's hand. Yeah. So that's fine. Sure, if we trade here, that seems reasonable. Oh, also good. So now we can still play stuff at the right cost, so that's nice. Let's just pressure up. Get rid of this Deuter. Attack for 4. And whatever that other card is, we're gonna get rid of that. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, that's huge. This is not great. Just a bit too slow. So we're gonna... There we go. That works a lot better. Now the problem is, what do we get rid of, or do we try to keep the Loth? I think, though, we're going to toss Loth and try to take advantage of our other cards here. Again, don't know that that was totally correct, but we'll see. I'm playing this first so I have access to black, because I can play this on white if I feel like I need to remove something on turn 2. Don't know what that would have been, but yeah, you never know. Opponent just played 2 white lands and then did nothing. So, okay, let's see what's up. We already have access to 4 lands. Sort of want to take a Necrotic Fumes here for some reason. And that's probably the wrong thing. But I really want to. I think I'm gonna. I feel like I'm at 4 land. I only really ever need to get to 5. I already have double white. I have double black excess, so I'm not that worried about it. Alright, they could take the apparition, I suppose. Oh, they gave up anyway. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, we have access to double white if we need it. This is going to be a little slow if this was against, like, mono white aggro. Alright. These Blood Chief Thirsts are going to get to do a little bit of work here, so we like that. I'll put that in tapped. So we do have some early creature removal here, which is going to do us some good. Luminarch Aspirant and... Nope, just another Aspirant. Do I want to... I think we just... Yeah, why not? I mean, I can't think of any reason we wouldn't. Alright. And another Deuter? Nope, nothing. We're going to end up just playing the exile game here, so... I would exile a thing, they would exile my thing to get their thing back, so, like, kind of just waiting here more than anything else. At least here we can exile their token and not have to worry about giving anything up, which is kind of nice.
But I'm going to end it. You're done.
No, well, that's a nice little bonus to find, huh? Get rid of that. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this. See what they decide to give us. We'll take the portable hole that doesn't really do much here. Turn this into a 2/3.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Yep, we knew that was going to be a possible thing. Not too worried about it.
Guess that's it then.
We can kill that and just get a 4/4, which I am not opposed to. Kind of upgraded our beatdown plan. Now a Cathar battle might be what we're staring at here. The benefit here, though, is I can still get planeswalkers and whatnot, which I don't know if they have access to that outside of maybe a Wandering Emperor. This is kind of silly, but I don't hate it. All right, we have one more as a backup, so whatever. Might as well. If they kill our Cathar, get their thing back, like, fine. Adversary. All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do have lethal with our Cathar. And we attack for that. Yep, that'll do it. This feels reasonable. We don't have any red for the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but I think that's mostly okay. We can go get it with this. Or we can kill something now that we have a Blood Chief's Thirst, so we like that. Oh, is this, okay, it is what I thought. Alright. Vanishing Verse, that's exactly what I was hoping to draw. So, whenever the, Hallowed Haunting shows up, we have something. I think I gotta get this, though. Well, we have double white. We're about to... Yeah, because we gotta get to red mana. Alright, opponent. What you got? The Thunder Tree. Such a cool name. Not the most marketable thing, but it's a fun name to have in the game. Alright, they're going to go digging, so I guess they're going to go look for some lands. Good news here, though, is we have answers for their stuff. We want to save this for the Hallowed Haunting, but I think we're mostly good the rest of the way. Alright, opponent missed, but they did get a Jukai Naturalist. We are going to kind of just ignore that. And then just let them do what they're going to do. Oh, do I not have like a basic... Oh, I need to put it... I guess I don't have a basic mountain. That would make sense, though. I forgot I wasn't playing that. We will take another plains, though. I think it's fine. And we'll just go ahead and play this. Alright. I mean, because they can play Naturalists. Unless they drew a land, they're not going to cast anything else, so it doesn't really matter. We can kill the Naturalist. And we drew the red to play the Fable. And we'll attack. Man, actually, we're about to be able to just cast Valky. Alright, opponent got their mana. Is it too little too late? Runeforge Champ. Alright, we can remove that. We can discard up to 2 and then draw that many. 1, 2, 3. We're about to be able to attack and make a treasure as well. So 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can just cast Valky next turn. So at most, we'll discard a land. I think. I could probably get rid of 2, but I don't necessarily want to risk that. So just 1. All right, Hive of the Eye Tyrant's fine here. I have no problem with that. And then we'll go ahead and put the Hive in tapped. And we'll attack for 4 and make a treasure. Alright. So now we got Vanishing Verse and Valky we could do stuff with. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep this. This is one of those ones that, like, it does things, it just doesn't do a lot of things. But it might do just enough if we're lucky. Okay, this is at least, with no removal cards, this is at least a good situation, or a better situation being the play on. We would definitely like to get some removal. That's not awful. I think it's going to be a real question on, I guess if they play a Naturalist, we want to remove that. But otherwise, we're probably going to be playing Spellbinders. Definitely want to get to another land so we could use the Wandering Emperor and try to stay ahead in the race here. But they're having a hard time deciding what to give us. So this is good and bad news. Like, on the one hand, it's good because they don't have like a set play coming up or whatever. But bad news is they have a lot of options to pick from. All right. Come on, Drew 46 and 2. What you got? They're just going to show us a Rune of Speed. Okay. Well, Rune of Speed goes to the graveyard. I wonder what else we're going to see here. That's, I mean, obviously they like having their runes. My guess is they already have like 2 others. Maybe not that particular one. Alright, they're playing that on white, which I'm assuming exactly is Naturalist, so that makes sense. Alright, we found the other land. That's some good news. Alright, so we can put this on red if we want. And let's go ahead and remove the Naturalist. Alright, now they can exile our Cathar and get the Naturalist back, but, you know, because a lot of them are playing Borrowed Time and other things. Alright, opponent's going digging again with the Commune with Spirits. Found another land. Probably on red this time. Yep. But nothing to do with it, so that's good and bad. But since we get to do this... Oh, so they really don't have anything here. Well, we're going to take this duder. They kept a handful of runes like we thought, though. We do have to be careful, though, because Iganjo could get back their dude, so we don't necessarily want to allow that. Now, theoretically, we could get it to a 4/4 and then to a 5/5, and that wouldn't be so bad, but I think our plan here is just attack with these. And just leave that other one just tucked under there nicely. I don't want to do much else here. Don't know what that other card is, but we're going to go ahead and end the turn. Let's see what the opponent's got here. Nothing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. Plus this dude.
You're just undo. Strike fast and strike
And then we'll
hard.
plus this dude.
Remember your training.
So now it can't be Iganjo'd. I mean, if they find some other way to deal with it, so be it. But, yeah. Alright, fair enough. Opponent's at 6. I mean, yeah. Alright, cool. Oh boy, we got no white mana this time. I guess this is a mulligan, unfortunately. Oh no! I would have rather kept the other hand if this was going to happen. Alright, we'll toss one of those back. This, however, is not good. Not good at all. This at least does something. Oh, this is gonna make me sad. Yeah, I think the opponent's gonna get us on this one. I don't think we're gonna be able to survive. I mean, they can play Jukai Naturalist and we can kill it. I mean, our best turn would maybe be Jukai Naturalist into this if we can find a white land. Calming of Transients. We did find a white land though, so that's something. I mean, they obviously kept the hand with a bunch of runes. I say obviously, that's my assumption. We'll go ahead and take this, because we're going to need double white for this Wandering Emperor. We almost probably want to draw some other removal card. Whether it's Vanishing Verse or Bloodchief Stirs. Both would be very good here. Alright, Kami. Ooh. Nah, I think we still got to go get the planes. I mean, they're not going to block. Alright. So I'm going to assume they're going to juice up the Kami here with at least 2 things, making it probably a 5/5-ish. Oh, they're going to do more than that. Alright. Fair enough. We can live with it. Now, though, this creates... No, I think our thing is still kill the Kami of Transience when we get a chance. No blocks, I don't think. Oh, that's nice. Huh. That changes things, because now it's a matter of, do they have a Tamiyo safekeeping? And do we want to use our mana more efficiently, right? We could try to get to 5 mana next turn, make sure we use our mana appropriately on the Emperor, and then we'd be able to play both of these the next turn, which isn't bad. But I think here we just pass, because we can still Vanishing Verse a Kami. We can't Vanishing Verse a Naturalist, and that does make a bit of a difference. Showdown. So I feel like now if we're going to kill the Kami, we kind of have to do it. Okay. Okay, they don't have the Tamiyo safekeeping, and we're going to get to see these 4, so we'll know how much of a threat they are. Oh, no, that's not what we wanted to see at all. That sucks. Man, our mana did not treat us right, and we are playing a bit of an uphill battle here. Alright, so we assume they're going to get an Iganjo of Restoration, plus the other Jukai Naturalist at a minimum. Plus some +1 counters. Oh, gosh, what are we trying to do here? We missed, but I feel like in some ways we're kind of playing the same game this turn, where we're just gonna Vanishing Verse something. They're gonna gain a bunch of life. We'll probably chump block with the Acquisitions Expert. Next turn, follow with Wandering Emperor on one of those things. Might be about all we can do. I mean, it's not a lot, but, you know, it's something. Okay, that's fine. We don't love that, but sure. Assuming you've got another enchantment. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way that's all you had, right? I think we still kind of stick to the plan here. We chump one of these. I mean, we could go to 5 and then chump. Make sure we have 2. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, though. That's fine. Of course, now I'm going to draw the land. I knew it after I waited. I could have got away with... well. Such is life.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
This is what you get for hurting.
Unfortunately, they will get a Kami back. I mean, yep. I think the opponent just had the draw this time. Yep. I mean, just give something trample and make it big here, opponent. Just kill us. That's all you got to do. Come on now. I mean, I guess on the plus side, they're not getting all those bonuses on a Kami, so that's something, I guess. Okay, now we're dead. Cool. All right, we're gonna keep it. This seems totally reasonable. Probably just going with Professor into Expert. Kind of typical draw whenever you have it. That's good for later. We can get to later. Don't know that we can. Whoop, almost picked the wrong thing. There we go. All right, how bad is it? Smoldering egg. Okay, well that kind of sort of works out. Put this on black. Let's kill the egg, because that's pretty important. Play the expert. See if we get something good. Man, unfortunately we don't get to ramp up and go to 4 mana, but that's okay. This is kind of necessary. Plus it does leave us the option to play Environmental Sciences into Vanishing Verse, which isn't the worst thing. Let's get rid of this. I mean, yes, that can mess us up a little bit, but I'm totally willing to accept that, things being what they are. All right, well, speaking of, we will go get a Plains. And we're going to go ahead and off this duder, if we can. All right, Spikefield Hazard, makes sense. Now the good news is we are at 5 mana now, so we can potentially get to a good number here. Oh, that's going to make Soren's life not happy. So that's very sad. Question here is, knowing that we already have 6, do we try to draw deeper? Or do we just get a creature knowing they can kill it? And then attack into Soren? Very disappointing. But maybe that's the plan. I don't know.
I take no joy in the slaughter.
Yeah, I think we still gotta. We'll just assume Soren's dead.
I bring my own army.
Would have been nice to have gotten one of our exile creatures there. Would have been sweet. But no such love, unfortunately. Alright, we go to 24. Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. A little surprised I didn't do that pre-combat, because that's actually pretty sweet. I am a fan, I will tell you that. I've been looking for more decks to play that in, and that makes a lot of sense. I may have to steal that idea at some point, because that's pretty cool. I guess we just play this now and kill the Hellkite, huh? Especially since we know we've got
Anyone who harms my
Valky next turn.
must contend with me. You're done.
Alright. Fateful Absence. Gets rid of old Soren. Gets rid of the other Planeswalker as well.
Years of training. For
Totally
this?
fair.
I won't let this be over.
Well done. Good way to clear the board. Alright, well, we're going to try this and see if this duder lives. We'll exile that, because then we get control of it next turn. I mean, Tybalt's kind of a sitting duck here and can die to a billion things. He is not, though. That's nice. Ooh. Well, we don't want to play that. We'll play their land. Actually, we can get our Planeswalker back. Oh, no, because we can only play it. We can't channel it, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Interesting. No, now that we know they have a Draconic Interventions in their deck. I don't want to go too crazy with double Angel. Alright, a whole 1 point. Getting that damage in there. Velamachus, alright. Way to hit. He has trample, right? No, haste, vigilance, flying. Alright, let's see what you get to cast. Now, the plus side, we do have a way to get rid of it, so with just Bloodchief's Thirst. Nice. So now even if we block, Tybalt dies. Fair. Yeah, can't really complain about that. Tybalt's just deader than a doornail. Alright. Good rip. That does nothing here. That may not even do anything in this fight except get rid of that, but we don't want that to happen, obviously. Alright. Let's kill that duder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we just save that and draw a card? Nah, we'll play the other angel. Why not? We have a little bit of a game to make up here. We could also, like, draw and then copy. I mean, that would be something. Oh, excellent. I'll have something to do with this thing. Finally. I think I am going to draw here, though. And we'll copy that. Alright, more mana. Excellent. Play another angel. Get the last one. Attack for 5. Put the opponent down to 11. And then we can remove problematic tokens X2. No, I guess I could have done it cheaper and copied the trigger ability, but whatever. Yeah. Ugh. Cool deck, though, from the opponent. Okay, what do we do? What the heck do we do with this? Man, I'm going to keep it just because we have all the mana? Well, I'm not lying. I don't feel good about this with no removal cards or anything. This feels real kind of bad. like the kind of bad that I don't know if we can keep up with the opponent here. Oh, it's gonna be even tougher. Oh, where was that last turn? Ugh, dang it. Dang it. Yeah, I feel like we kind of got to do this. Alright. Now I think next turn we're probably just going to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. At least get a 2-2 to shove in the way. Potentially. I mean, they could play like Thalia or something here. Well, that's a thing. Guess we need another removal card, don't we? I guess not totally. We do have something to destroy artifacts. But we are going to take a hit here, unfortunately. Yeah, this is where just being on the draw is actually bad, because we're kind of a step behind every step of the way here. Ugh. Max damage. Alright. Hey, when you got it, you got it. Okay. That's not bad. Not bad. Put this on white. Alright, we can slowly pull this back together, maybe. Destroy an artifact. So we'll kill that. And then we'll go ahead and kill the Intrepid Adversary. Alright. We've weathered the storm for now. At 12. Still... Oh, they found another one. Do they have a 1-mana thing here? They do. Gosh, dang it. Man, sometimes when your opponents have it, they just have it, y'all. All right. I was hoping they'd get something stranded in their hand, and then maybe we could draw a land and play 2 of these. No blocks. Go to 9. All right. This only kind of helps us because it doesn't really stop that. So let's play this. We'll go ahead and take this, and we'll play this. All right. So this gives us some options. Hopefully they don't draw another adversary. I mean, we'll do what we gotta do. Like, don't love it, but, you know, what else are we gonna do here? Oh, they have a protection spell? Nope. Everything just trades. Alright. We can dig that. And then a lowly code spell cleric. Sure. Okay. We're at 9. I think we're mostly safe. I mean, you know, famous last words. But... Alright, I'm gonna pass. Because here's my plan. If they only attack with the code spell clerics, they're afraid of us having a Wandering Emperor. Then we just make a 2/2 and block. If not, then we would have done other things. But now we just take 1.
I'm going to. I am almost sad to see you go.
Okay. Whew. That was a bit of work. But now we're feeling a little bit safer. Now we have some options. Think I'm gonna do this here. Mostly because I don't want to waste an apparition on just that. And this gets us closer to playing the Valky possibly next turn if we draw a land. And then we just kind of put the game away. Opponent says GG's. Alright. Cool. Whew. Rough. Oh, man. You know what? For science, sometimes you just gotta see how it lands. Let's see what's up. Cool card backs. I don't remember seeing those. That's actually pretty sweet. All right, please don't be Thalia. Please don't be Thalia. Okay, I was gonna say if it's Thalia, I was about to be very sad. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do that because I'm gonna spend my mana next turn. I'd rather play a Spellbinder. Okay, no need to show the opponents that we. Well, maybe I should have put that on so I could use that. I don't know. Oh, wasn't this something? I mean, I guess I take a Spellbinder? Oh, weird. It's not really the situation we'd be caught in with the choice, huh? That was not pleasant. Alright, Spellbinder it is. I mean, I also have removal cards. How do you like that, opponent? Like, yeah. The only good news here is by doing that, it allows me to play an Apparition to get rid of their Spellbinder, and then I can continue to... actually, I may need to put that on white, though. And it allows me to keep attacking for 3, since they don't have a flyer. Now, admittedly, they just have to go land, but in the meantime, we're going to do this. They can remove our Apparition, so they get an Apparition and a 3/3, and they can start racing. That's a thing. Yep. Or they can get rid of our Spellbinder. Nope. They want to do that instead. Fair enough. That's nifty. I don't hate that. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll attack. Obviously, they can get a land and cost us, but at this point, we have enough mana, so we're not totally worried about it. Oh, they just straight up drew a Spellbinder. Gosh, dang it. That was not cool. Alright, well, I guess we'll just wait to cast this then. What else are we going to do? We can discard a card. Obviously, we don't going to get rid of Apparition, but I was thinking we might get rid of the land to try to draw something, but we're going to decline. I think I'm just going to play this on white because we still have the option to attack with that at some point if we want it. Now the question is, do we want to worry about their dudes? But I think we just pass here. Where's our planeswalkers, yo? That's what we need right now. Though soon we're about to just start making small chains of spellbinders, which would be fun. What you got for us? I mean, you can play your spellbinder. That's a totally legit thing to do. I'm just gonna play Thalia. 1, 2, 3, 4. That just makes this cost 5. Yeah, alright. I was like, I'm not gonna decide till you're ready to decide. Alright, we will get rid of it. Please don't get rid of my Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because that allows me to do lots of fun things. Terrible song, by the way. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of their Apparition, because that gives us a 3/3 back. And then we could use Fable and Mirror Breaker to get a thing, and we can just turn Thalia into a whole lot of nothing, if we want to. They could play another Thalia, which is bad, I guess, but we do get a 3/3 if we do this, though. So let's do that. And does this have to be on our turn? No, it just gains haste. So we can attack with 2 spellbinders, right? Oh, it has summoning sickness here, though. Alright. We'll just attack with this. So now the idea is, if they do play a Spellbinder, it doesn't take anything. We can copy the Apparition, which gets rid of the Spellbinder. We can attack for 3. Then it gives them back a 3/3 on the ground. This is fine. Just removes a token, so we're not too worried about that. Probably just, I was gonna say, just probably targets the bigger body. Ooh, and an Adeline. All right, that's a real thing. We fortunately can remove that with an Apparition, and that's very important. I mean, you might as well attack. I mean, I might block with the 2/2. But right now, I'm not blocking with the Mirror Breaker or anything. That would just be silly. Alright. Our turn. Lands. Boo. That's not what we wanted at all. Okay. Well, we'll copy this. We'll get rid of this. So they'll end up just having a 3/3 at the end of the turn. We're going to go ahead and give this the ability to attack. And we're going to attack with these 2. Alright. And now we should be able to get through with a pseudo Spellbinder. And, well, no, we won't actually. We wouldn't be able to anyway. We'd still need at least one more turn. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and use it. Get rid of Redain. Attack for 3. Yep. I guess we attack with what? Nah, still wouldn't have been enough. Alright, so this deck actually turned out to be as strong as we expected. The one thing I will say is that the mid-rangey decks are probably going to be the toughest situation because they're playing a lot of the same game you are, so that can be a little bit tough. And if there's some of the quirky decks that are like trying to fill the graveyard with enchantments and get the stuff out or whatever, like those can be a little bit weird too. So those can be a little tough to fight. In those situations, I would say really kind of lean on your apparitions, because those can remove a larger variety of cards, and it's going to be really down to that and your Vanishing Verse, and then probably trying to live off your Planeswalkers for a bit, because those are going to be hard for them to deal with, and you can at least make recurring creatures. But outside of that, I think most of the aggro matchups we're able to handle for the most part, and that's actually pretty good. And we actually weren't terrible in the control games I was able to play, so that's actually pretty good too. It's really those mid-rangey ones that kind of off the beaten path sort of things that you run into on the ladder, but that's kind of okay. If you're good against the meta decks, I guess, if you will, I think it's worth taking that risk. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Flametongue Kavu. This card has been printed, I think when I went and looked, it has 21 versions if you count the times it was printed in the World Championship decks, so it's not worth very much. I mean, you can pick these up for like 15 to 25 cents. The reason I bring it up though is maybe hard to believe that this card was an absolute menace when it was standard legal, all the way back in like Prophecy, I think, when it was printed. But yeah, a 4/2 for 4 that comes into play and deals 4 damage to any creature. I might even still play that today if it were available. 4 damage is a lot, and getting a 4 power attacker is super huge. But the cool part about this card is while it's powerful, it's possible this card could be reprinted again in the future. Now, I don't know what set it would belong in, but we do have like Dominaria coming up. Maybe Brothers War, I don't know. But yeah, this is actually a card that people be very nostalgic for, and I think honestly it would still be a major player in standard. Now, as always, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links to our Facebook gaming page, our Twitch streams, and our Discord. And I invite everybody to come join those. They're open to the public, so if you ever want to get deck help or even just be involved in the creation of the content sometimes, you can do that there. Speaking of which, if you check out our levels down below with that join button, we actually have a level you can have your deck featured on the channel as well, but for as little as 99 cents you can support the channel on a monthly basis and really help me out. And if you can't do that, please consider hitting the like button if you haven't already. You probably should though, and hit the subscribe button. And most importantly, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the video content we have coming, because if you've looked around, we have a lot of content. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.